It was early noon. Knuckles was sitting in front of the Master Emerald, meditating, since it has been 3 years since the mystic ruins ended up in Equestria, and that was due to the fact that he and along his friends was fighting against Dr. Eggman. And during the fight, the Chaos Emeralds that Eggman had collected to his machine malfunctioned and sent not only Knuckles, the Master Emerald, but also part of the mystic ruins to Equestria. At first, he had no idea where he even were, because he presumed that he had just been teleported to a different location on his own world. But after seeing ponies walking around in the area, he was always defensive on if any pony or even any creature came close to Master Emerald. But after he got to know Twilight and her friends and trusted them deeply, he even had allowed Twilight to do some studies and tests on the Master Emerald, just to see what kind of power it had compared to the elements of harmony and other magic in an Equestria. But today, when he was meditating, he somehow felt a presence. And then he suddenly heard a voice. Hey, Knuckles, I'm touching the Master Emerald. Then he opened one eye and saw the Discord standing in front of him, with one and his paw was stretched far enough that it was literally touching the Master Emerald. Since he is very protective of the Master Emerald due to the fact of being the guardian of the Emerald. Hey, Discord, don't do that. You know what? I don't like you to do this. Come on, I'm just poking. I'm only poking it. It's not like they're gonna break it. Discord, please. Just stop it. Fine, fine. So what brings you here? I was bored. And Fluttershy is busy with something else, so I thought like, hey, why don't you go to see my friend Knuckles? Maybe mess around with him a little bit. Don't even start, Discord, said Knuckles and looked a bit defensive. They were good friends, but sometimes Discord could annoy Knuckles quite well enough. But they never fought over anything. Anyways, do you wanna play some game? Asked Discord. What kind of game do you have in mind this time? Last time when we played a game, I was coughing up bubbles for a few days. Oh, come on, it was a harmless prank. Harmless, yes, but I could still taste this flavor of soap on my tongue for days. Fine, fine. How about we play some, I don't know, let's see. How about chess? Chess. Fine. At least that won't be heard. I prefer normal chess and nothing different about it. Alright? Fine. Here we go. And then he snapped his fingers and a chessboard appeared mid-air and they started playing. And that was actually one of the games that even Discord very much enjoyed playing with Knuckles. After almost an hour, checkmate, said Discord. Dang it! Again? Best of three? Sure. They played for another 2 more rounds and Discord won all 3 rounds in a row. Discord, I sometimes wonder if you're just cheating on me. Hey, do I ever think like that? You really honestly want my answer? No. No thanks. Anyways, I think it's time for me to head off. I I will see if Fluttershy isn't busy anymore. So, see ya. And then he stretched his arm to poke the Master Emerald again. Hey, Knuckles, the Discord, knock it off. And then he just disappeared. That's Sarcodicus. He sometimes annoyed me so much. But a few days later, when Discord were in town, he heard from Twilight mentioning it was Knuckles' birthday soon. So they wanted to talk about how to celebrate, but since he preferred not wanting to leave the Master Emerald behind alone, unguarded, since he can't even use magic, so there was like nothing they could do. But then Discord said, how about we throw a party at his place, at the ruins? That will be at the same time he won't have to leave the place, and he would have more individuals there as a safeguard protection. Twilight nodded and said that could be a good idea. So they decided for what to do. But they wanted to be as a surprise party. Hmm. We need some pony that mate could have been occupied for a while. And then they looked at Discord. Wait, you want me? I mean, Discord, you probably can use your chaos magic to keep him occupied long enough. Well, that might be true, but what do you have in mind? Since you know he won't even leave the Master Emerald unprotected voluntarily. And I wouldn't like to force him to. Twilight nodded and said that she understood. But I might be able to somehow keep him occupied by taking him by for I don't know a race. That might work. But remember, he can also fly fast, said Rainbow. Hmm, how about we have a race on the ground, like running race? That might be a challenge if for me. So let's do that. On the day when it was his birthday, Discord showed up and he literally walked up to the temple. Discord, what do you want? Hey Knuckles, I wanted to ask you one question. Since you're fast in flying, but are you fast in running too? Yes. Well, maybe not fast as my old friend Sonic, but what about it? Well, how about you and I have a running race? You racing me? You know I can't just leave the Master Emerald unprotected. Here, then he snapped his fingers and a barrier showed up around the Master Emerald. Here we go. No pony can penetrate this barrier, I can promise you that. And he tried through several items like stones, even missiles of some kind, and it worked. Fine, let's have a race. How far do you want to run? And then he pointed towards a big lake not far from where the Mystic Ruins are located. There and back. Fair enough. And no flying. And no chaos magic involved. Deal. They took they then took off running. And meanwhile they were running, Twilight and her friends were watching the area, starting to preparing decorating. Balloons, banners, and even cake and other things. And they as they will they while they took care of that, Discord made sure that Knuckles didn't even saw them at all. And after they had run to the lake and almost halfway through their back, Discord thought maybe this if there was even if the preparing for the party was even finished anytime soon. So he used his chaos magic to enhance his vision to look at towards the mystic ruins. But that was a good thing too because the party was already finished and set up. And when they arrived, Knuckles saw everything. What is this? What is this celebration for? It's your birthday, said Discord with a grin. My birthday? Don't you forget? Have you forgot your own birthday? I kind of have, actually, since I normally don't celebrate my birthday at all. When Pinky heard that, she gasped. How can no pony celebrate your own birthday? Don't you have family that celebrated with you before? Knuckles said, I used to. But my family passed away when I was very young, so I had to raise being kindergarten of the Emerald for years before I was even officially appointed as one. Oh. Though my old friends back home did throw a party from time to time, but it wasn't that much as every year. But whose plan was this anyway? That would have been mine, said Twilight. And we asked Discord to keep you occupied enough so we could have this set up. Wait, the running race was that distraction? Yep, pretty much, said Discord with a high-pitched voice. It was pretty much what I wanted to do. And I admit, you were a fast runner. Faster than I expected you to be. Well, that's fair. But I did beat you anyways, both times. There and back. Fair enough. But now everybody, let's enjoy the party, said Discord and snapped his fingers and music appeared playing around them. But before Knuckles even took part of the celebrations, he went to make sure that the Master Emerald was still there and still protected behind the barrier that Discord put up. And sure enough, it was still there and it was still protected. Then he joined the others for the party, and he honestly had a very good time. It's not very usually that he have a party with or even join a party like this. But he very much enjoyed the cupcakes, the cake, and every sweets that Pinky made. And he honestly had a very good time. He even danced along with Pinky, Twilight, Applejack, and even Fluttershy. And even while the others are having a good time, Twilight then told Discord, thank you, Discord, for having him distracted long enough for this being prepared. Hey, anything for a friend. Even though I did sometimes annoy him, but as you said, it's a good thing to have a friend. And even near the end of the party, almost around the sunset, Knuckles walked up to Discord and said, Discord, despite you sometimes you can be pretty annoying, but you are a really good friend. Thanks for keeping me occupied for this. Otherwise I would have seen this and it would have, ruined this surprise. Discord nodded and said, yeah, it would have been a bit of disappointment if you would have spotted them before this everything was set up. True on that. But even though it can be pretty annoying, you're a really good friend. A true friend. Somebody that can really very much enjoy even chess. Same here, said Discord. Well, maybe this might not be a bad idea anyways, said Knuckles when he said, well, the others are still enjoying the party. I mean, the cake was amazing. Pinky really knows how to make something like this. And Discord nodded and said, yeah, she does. That is absolute the best. She knows what to bake. But again, Discord, thank you. I appreciate it. No problem. No problem at all. That's called Knuckles. Mr. Knucklehead. Shut it, said Knuckles back a bit. Not angry, but just not even annoyed, but just trying to sound like tough. But he even laughed about it. After the party was over, there was only Knuckles, Discord, and Twilight and Fluttershy left at the ruins. I think it's about time for us to even head on too, said Twilight to Fluttershy. Discord, are you perhaps coming along with me? Yeah, Fluttershy, I will be there in a moment. Let me talk to my friend Knuckles one last time before we head off. Knuckles then turned to Discord, and they literally just nodded and shook hands, and said, This party was pretty epic. I know for a fact that Pinky do throw amazing parties, from what we're told, and this does live up to her reputation. It does. It sure does, said Discord. Anyways, I'm truly happy to have your good birthday party this year. Maybe we can do this same next year. Maybe, maybe. But Discord, you are really a true friend. Honestly, you are a true friend. Discord could not disagree on that either, since he has nodded and said, "Well, anything for a friend. And if you need somebody to look after your Master Emerald, I'm the one. I will keep that in mind, Discord. I will keep that in mind. But thank you." Then Discord nodded and he left with Fluttershy and Twilight. Knuckles sat there and he enjoyed the last piece of the cake while looking at the night sky and thinking to himself with the glow from the Master Emerald behind him. He thought to himself, this was a true happy day. He knows that his family back home would have thrown some form of party to celebrate as well, and his friends as well. But he said to himself, having Discord as a friend is it's a little bit different than I usually would expect it, but he is an absolute true friend. Kind of remind me a bit of Sonic from time to time, but he is unique, a true friend. And then he enjoyed the rest of the evening from by himself. And this is how Discord and Knuckles found a true friendship. The end.